Hey everybody, I've given myself 3 days off. It's come to my ideation, if you will, my personal opinion, that those who need inspiration might get a little bit more by watching my gradual procession of what I'm doing. So as I can wake up my precious loving boo-boo behind the camera there to take a video, we're going to do videos so you can see my gradual progression instead of a month later, boom, boom, here you go, and that's where I'm at. The whole concept is to inspire guys, and also because one of the guys on Instagram who was doing a cross-training clean and jerk routine with way too much weight, squat thing, and jerking the weight around. You start jerking your weight around, I don't care what kind of exercise you're doing, you're going to hurt yourself. And it's going to be really bad. You're going to go to the hospital, and you'll never be the same. Once they start cutting into you, you've got a big problem. So let's do this right. Let's stay out of the hospital. Let's exercise. Let's get in shape. If it's for the first time, that's great. If you're getting back in shape, that's great. If you're coming back from injury, no problem. I'm coming back from severe injury. This is how you do this stuff properly. I'm 6 weeks in. I just gave myself 3 days off because every exercise you do, when it's done properly, with a very few isolationist moves such as curls, you're working your whole body. Whole body means I'm still working my core, and my lower core is stupid ass weak. So I wanted to heal really well here so I don't injure this down here. That's why this gut's hanging, because all this is really weak right now. But you're going to watch me get in shape. And now remember, I'm 6 weeks in, guys. I didn't have that. I didn't have that. I didn't have none of that. Didn't have it 6 weeks ago. We're only 6 weeks in. I'm 53. I'm coming back from severe injury. I haven't been on a workout at all since 2011, and I've only worked out a few times since 2009. This is 2015. So, yeah, I was locked up. Learned a lot. It was good. Had this little gizmo in the apartment. Probation officer comes in at the tail of probation. He says, "Does that work?" And I showed him my abs. I says, "I ain't worked out in 3 years, love. This is what I got left. I've never even used it. We're going to use it today because I ain't there." But after 3 years of nothing, I was still cut prior to injury. I was just a lot weaker. That's how far I was at the time. So, you boys on Instagram, you boys watching the YouTube videos, if you want to do the shit right, if you want to do it for the long term, drop the ego, drop the weight, get rid of that cross-country crap. That'll hurt you really bad. Don't do it at all. You don't jerk your weight around, you don't jerk your body around. If you got to jerk, it's too much weight. Take the weight off. We're going to show you how to do that on some of these moves, okay? Because I'm not ready for full body hanging leg lifts. I'm not there. So we're going to start with the wheel. That's the hardest move. Always start with your hardest move first. If you need to warm your body up, okay, do a little run in place, and preferably take a hot shower. Warm your body up first. Already had a hot shower. And secondly, my meal today, got up at 5, had 3 eggs, slept till 10. It's a really good idea to have 10 hours sleep. You need to sleep if you want to build the muscle. You need to sleep. Got up at 10 and 3 more eggs. I had a meal at 12:30 of cottage cheese, my cottage cheese meal, because I want that extra energy so I can push myself. Now, it's got my meal times a little off at the beginning. That's okay, because I want the extra energy. I'm going to burn that right now as I do this. I've had 3 days off. I'm going to push what I'm doing. When you do an ab exercise properly, you are not just working your core, you're working everything. How do you do that? Well, this wheel, you got to support yourself, and all of this is tensing. Okay? You do your ab exercises properly, you're tensing everything. You're working your legs, you're working all those support muscles in here, you're working everything to do a core properly. And everything else that you do properly, your legs, your arms, your chest is also working your core. That's why I got so stupid ass sore doing the box pull-ups. Okay, we begin. I'm going to start with the wheel. I don't know how hard I'm going to go. I'm going to push it and see where I can go. Don't force yourself. Don't jerk. Okay. Now, so I still got too much down here. Man. That's okay. I don't want to push it. And I want to do this off my knees. That's why I brought this here. That's why we're going to do some of this other stuff here, because I wasn't sure where this was here. I'm so stupid ass weak right here. So I need to back that off again. I don't want to do it on my knees because I've had a severe knee injury. I don't want to go in and out on my knees on this. So we're going to have to build this up a little more. This is why I'm showing you. If it's a little too much, lose the ego, man. Lose the ego. Don't hurt yourself. Back it off. Don't jerk it. Don't force it. A little bit, a little bit, a little bit. That's what wins this race. So we'll put the wheel down for now. Just not quite ready because I'm working it too much down here on the other exercises. Just not quite ready. So we're going to go to this here and we're going to give this a try. I've never used this particular one. But the concept is this. You want to flex. You don't want to use momentum. You want to flex. And say, I can barely do this. That's how out of shape I am at. You want to flex it. Don't use your momentum. This is so much that you want to start swinging it. You use that momentum, you're going to hurt yourself. I'm just going a little bit. I got to build this up. I've got really weak abs, and I got to build this up. Because I haven't done this, I'm not counting, I'm just seeing what it feels like. I'm not actually trying to do sets because this is the first time. I want to see how it feels. I can really feel it in here. That's good because that's what I need to really work this. That's the weakest part of my abs, right there. So we're going to back it off a little bit. I'm so weak here. Oh man. So, again, this is not an ego thing. The muscles are there, the body wants to be in shape. I don't care how weak you are, I don't care if your leg lifts come this high off the ground. I've been there. That's how weak I was when I went to prison. I could barely lift my legs like this. I could barely touch my knees. My gut was like this. I've been that weak. I couldn't even do a full push-up. I could barely go like this. I've been there, guys. I got ripped. I got ripped because I figured out, when everybody teaching me everything, how to do it. So pay attention. We're going to show you how to do it again. Because I'm not as weak as I was, and not as fast as I was, but I'm stupid fucking weak. I'm really out of shape. We're going to do this gradually, and everybody can watch and see how to do this properly without injury. Without injury, that's so important. So now we're going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. As you can see, as I got pressured here on my arms, I'm working all of this. And this is really important actually, because to do the wheel right, if you really need to go all the way out, once this is tight, I gotta have all this in here tight, or I can't do the wheel. I gotta have all this in here real stupid tight. And later on we're gonna make a video when we do arms and chest day. I just got this beautiful dip pull-up bar. There's a way to do pull-ups in a certain way that'll tighten all this up. And that's exactly why I bought that machine there, because I can use it in a way to pull my weight off here, and I can do a certain type of pull-up that'll tighten this area right here. And I got to tighten that up to really do the wheel properly. It'll take probably about, guessing, 3 months where I can really do the wheel right. And it's going to take probably another 3 to 6 months after that where I can start doing hanging leg lifts right. So muscle has memory, but I'm older now. So every time you go to try and get yourself in shape, you got to understand every 10 years, it's a massive change in your body. What you're capable of, how you're going to heal. But it can be done. I don't care if you're 80 years old. You can't get in shape even if it's the first time in your life. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now, if you get strong enough, you don't have to take this thing and go all the way up like this, and all the way up like that. And I tried this 3 years after I've been working out. I'm like, oh, nothing. I can't even do it. I was then, this is now. That's all I can do. That's okay. Even if you're just going like this. You're just moving something in your body, it'll get there. Give it time. So we're going to write this down. It's called ab circle. I'm going to write it down as 20. So that's what I did, but each side is 10. You follow? I wrote down 20 and a half. That's just my record keeping, so I know what I'm doing. Here. Even after 3 days off, I'm just stupid weak on the bottom. So don't force it, man. Don't force it. And that's why I brought this machine over, because I know how weak I am here. I've got to build it up. So I'm concentrating on this lower section. This is more important. This will come along just fine. Again, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I cannot stress this enough. Any exercise you do, if you don't have control and tense through the entire movement, back it off. Don't use momentum. That momentum will hurt you. Three. We're going to see if we can't do 2 more. Now remember, I had an introductory set to see how it felt, and I didn't even count. Just wanted to see how it was feeling. So I may or may not do 2 other sets. I don't know. And it doesn't matter. It's a brand new exercise for me. So when you do a new exercise, you don't want to go to the max. You're going to get too sore. It's a bad idea. You want to build it in and add it in gradually to your other routines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. See, I didn't even do a whole 20. So we're going to call that good at 4 sets. Now, believe it or not, I'm not just working here. I'm really working all this stuff here. I can really feel it because I'm so stupid out of shape, which is perfect because that works the muscles in a different way. You've got to build up the entire chain of muscles. It's not just a major muscle. You have to, all your support group of muscles, if you don't work that at the same time, build that up at the same time, all of a sudden you got this big muscle here and no muscle support there, and that's when you tear it off the bone. Okay, now this is the captain's chair. And I'm going to see if I can do this. I don't know. I may not be able to yet. Now I know I can't do extended leg lifts. I don't even have my boots on because I'm just not there. All right. So what you do when you're weak, like me, you support yourself here, and you just do knee-ups. I'm real weak. I can't even go all the way up. Those are just partials. That's okay. Build it up slowly. The core is the most important for strength, and that's the weakest part of my body right now. So I got to build it up. I'm going to write that down. So captain's chair, partial, knee ups, 10. Okay, so we'll see what we can do there. Again, this is a new exercise. As you can see how difficult it was for me to do that. That's okay. Even if you're just moving a little bit, you'll gradually get a little more movement, but don't swing. Don't use momentum. You will increase your body strength, I assure you, if you do this right, get the right amount of sleep, and keep your meals right. Okay, give myself my little 15-second break here. Write it down. Three. You gotta start somewhere. Doesn't matter how weak you are. There's people who are so injured they gotta learn how to walk again. You gotta, you know, like I said, this is all the motion I had after my injury in my left arm. That's all I had. And I'm coming back from a real bad injury. I flipped an Indian hill climber, I landed on my back. I'm lucky I didn't break my full neck. I'm dead, paralyzed. Hurt myself real bad. Can I do more? Yes, but I don't want to force it. It's a new exercise. Go easy on a new exercise. Let the muscles adjust. You don't want to get yourself too sore. That's when you injure yourself. Just more. Give myself my little 15-second break here. We're going to do as many as I can on the 5th set without forcing it, without momentum. Don't use momentum. I can't stress that enough. You start doing clean and jerks, cross training. maybe tomorrow, maybe 6 months, maybe 10 years from now, you're going to go to the hospital. 2,000% is the rate of injuries to the shoulder and bicep because of cross-training. It's a stupid fucking dumb thing that some trainer invented so he could be famous. I ain't doing this for money, I ain't doing this for fame. I'm just making these videos to help everybody. So pay attention. This is not a momentary thing for me. Okay, we did 10. Real happy with that. Now last time we did abs, we did our leg lifts and our twists over here. So when I get strong enough, you're going to see me do them hanging from here. Okay? I'm not there yet. That's all I can do. And that's hard. I'm not there. When I get strong enough, you'll be able to see me come here and plank and control and come down. I'm still not there. Right now it's a dream. But I've been there. I've been there. So, what we need to do is some other ab exercises. So, I haven't worked any of this yet. This is what we're going to do, because we want to work out. I'm going to take this off here. Do a little bench. Talked about. All I got to do is pop this here. This will come right off. It's so nice. Just pull it and pop it. Pop this in here. The right side, I'm going to help him. There we go. And what this does, so all I've worked is down here. I haven't done any of this. I just need to work my top. I'm doing these sets of 5 because that little bit of what I just did actually got me really wore out and tired. I can barely get off the stupid thing. Again, this is how weak I am. You gotta start somewhere, boys. You gotta start somewhere. This little shape I got, that's just muscle memory. That ain't strength. That's because I was ripped. I ain't ripped now. I'm tore up now. I can't even begin to bring that up and cross it over. I'm so out of shape. This is really sad. But like I said, I had to come up from injury. Business was booming. I couldn't work out. Now business is... I had a business? Where'd it go? What business? But that's okay. It gives me the time where I can bring my body back while I still have time to do it before I die from out of shape. People die from out of shape all the time. All the time. A lot of guys don't even make it to my age. I've seen too many guys die in their 40s. Billionaires. Like, okay, how can you be that wealthy and be that stupid? I don't get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah! Look. Is that bad or what? I can't even get up. Ah! Doesn't look like I'm doing much. I can't even hardly. I gotta roll off this stupid thing. You gotta start somewhere. That's my point. You gotta start somewhere. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my God. My poor tummy. I'm so out of shape. That's alright. You're going to watch me get in shape. That's important. And that's why we're doing these little progression videos. Come on, guys. Work with me. Go with me. Alright? That's why I'm doing this. For you. Alright? I can do this all by myself. I don't need to make these videos. I'm doing it for you. Come with me. Let's get in shape together. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, fuck. Ah. I'm so out of shape. This is sad. Oh, fuck. I gotta roll off this thing again. Ah. But that's alright. This is good because you can see how bad I am. Even though I'm 6 weeks into this and I can barely do that. Oh, man. Woo. But you gotta start somewhere. It don't matter where you start as long as you do start. You can be 300, 400, 500 pounds overweight. You can still start and build it up. Oh man. I'm gonna try to do one more set. I'm gonna call it good.
Yep.
Way, ay, ay. Wow. Woohoo. But remember, these are 3 brand new exercises working the muscles in a way I couldn't do it before. So every time you do it, the muscle's going to respond differently. And you could do an exercise and do all that over here. And try to do something working you think is the same muscle, but this other exercise over here, you go, whoa, 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 what happened? You've got to switch up those exercises gradually as you do this so all the support muscles build up together. If you don't, you're gonna hurt yourself. So we're going to try for one more set. I don't even know if I can do another set of 5. I really don't. Ah! Oh! Ah! 1, 2, look how, 3, 4, 5. All I can do is barely come up from the muscles, kids. Ah, fuck. Oh. Ah. Now all you boys are fit, you're going, well, that's fucking pathetic. Let me tell you what, pal. You weren't born fit. We all come out of the womb kicking and screaming together as babies. You got to start somewhere. As long as you start and you do it gradually. Okay, so we're going to call that my ab day. Wow. I can't believe how that worked me, and it doesn't seem like I did anything. Because I know where I was. I'm like, that's all I can do? Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. I'm so out of shape. Okay, it's 2:05. That gave me a real 25 minutes of working out and 5 minutes of running my mouth. So come on in here, we're going to get our little food. Ooh. And to think I gave myself 3 days off so I can push it. That was pushing it. That's how out of shape I am.
Let me turn the light on, honey.
Oh, I got it.
You got it? Oh, yeah. This one.
Light on here. So now what I did, I got my water ready, I got everything ready.
Chasing you.
Ah, silly dog. And I took my eggs out ahead of time. And they're still cold, but they're not as cold as in the refrigerator because again they cool. Should have taken them out probably this morning. Eggs actually will be good in a cool environment, about 75 degrees, for about 4 or 5 days before they go bad. The shell protects them. Believe it or not, they do not need to be in the refrigerator all the time in a fairly cool environment. I know, because I didn't have my eggs in prison in the icebox. I put them in my locker. So been there, done it, tried it, but see, that cold actually slows your metabolism down, so you don't want to put cold in your body. So what I'm going to start doing on my workout days, I'm going to take the eggs out in the morning or the night before so they get to be warm temperature, room temperature. Probably the night before would be a really good idea. Because in the little kitchen here, we have an air conditioner that keeps it cold. Unfortunately, not in the rest of the shop, but here we do. So we'll pop these open so we can get a little warmer. Man, I can't believe how little I did and how much that worked me. I'm so out of shape. It's like, wow, really? That's good. That's good because a lot of you guys out there watching this, you're far worse shape than I'm in. And my point is, start somewhere, start slow, build it up gradually, do it right, eat right, and you will see results. It'll be gradual results, but the results will be permanent as long as you stay exercising. Okay. So first we want to hydrate. We already got our warm, cool water max here. So we got that. We want to build our blood sugar up. You've got to get your blood sugar going to be able to absorb the nutrients. You got to go, but with the right type of blood sugar increase, you got to have natural sugars. Don't ever use refined sugar if you're going to exercise. Read the label. If it says sugars, well, it's a refined sugar. That's why it says it. Don't eat it. Man, it's alright. All this has to build up here, so I can build all this up here. It'll come. Wow. But it's so little, and I worked it so hard. It's like, what is it? I'm really amazed at how weak I am. That's right. I know where I was at. And I know how weak I was when I started. And you think I'm weak now? Oh no, oh no, oh no. I was so weak just walking around the yard in prison. And it wasn't a big yard. My ankles hurt. I could barely do it. Even once. That's bad. We're almost out of our royal jelly cactus honey, so we're going to get some more here. And this is royal jelly cactus honey. Tell them where you get it, please.
At the Korean markets.
Royal jelly is not equal. Just because it says royal jelly, it doesn't mean it has any royal jelly in it. We found some 20-some years ago. Worked really good out of the Asian markets in downtown LA. It's taken us all this time to find another royal jelly that actually has royal jelly in it. And this shit works. So pay attention. This is it right here. This actually has real royal jelly in it. Royal jelly is the food they feed to the queen bees. You follow? Best food in the world. Only the queen bee gets it. Talk about a zow. That'll wake you up. Especially after a workout. So now I'm going to slam my protein. Again, we got 5 raw eggs. Zoom. Make sure you eat the yolks. Can't stress that enough. Egg whites is a myth perpetrated by doctors who want to make a name for themselves who didn't know a fucking thing about what they're talking about. Typical. They're a doctor, they know everything. I got a doctorate. Really? You took an exam and you answered the questions that you were supposed to answer because the guy above you said it should be that way? Wow, I'm so impressed. You have a degree. Make sure you eat your egg yolks. Remember this, some of the most successful motherfuckers in the world dropped out of school. They're dropouts, but they had a brain. I got a 9th grade education. Okay? I took the proficiency test because it was too stupid easy. High school, school in general, is a babysitter. That's all it is. It's up to the individual to learn. Which means your degree, your diploma, your degree, your anything, is a good way to become an employee. Very few employees make a lot of money. So now we want a little more hydration. Any of you guys remember Herbalife? People who go from nothing and become billionaires just fascinate me. Guy starts Herbalife when he's 24 in 1980, becomes a billionaire. Dies when he's 44. How can he be so smart and so stupid? He's on depression medicines, then drinks some alcohol and has a toxic reaction and kills himself. Fucking brilliant. How do you be so smart and so stupid? I don't get it. Anyhow, that's what he did. But he still became a billionaire from nothing. 9th grade education. 9th grade education, guys. If you're really, really smart, okay, if you're really, really smart, educate yourself. Don't wait for the school to do it. Smartest people in the world are self-educators. The very smartest people in the world are self-educators. Everybody else is employee. What do you want to be? It's up to you to educate yourself. It's not to the school system. Okay. Little apple cider vinegar. Right. This is good for your arteries, good for your brain. And Ophie suggested I start drinking that with a straw. Keep the acid off my teeth. It's a really good idea. I'm going to do that with that. I'm going to get another glass, because we do take vitamins, a whole bunch of vitamins we take. And I don't do it every day, probably every other day, every 3rd day we take those. And I had my juice this morning, so that makes my 4th meal today. 5 o'clock, 3 eggs, got up at 10 o'clock, 3 eggs, had my Kai's cheese meal, which I showed everybody, at 12:30. I had my post-workout meal. I'm going to time my meals after this every 3 hours. Got that? So, you know, a little bit more water here. Take those vitamins, and I don't want to do that with a mint straw. No sippy straw for vitamins, I know what you're about. I've got to swallow them. Now some of you guys might be going, well, how come he didn't do the wheel on his knees again? Well, like I said, I had a severe injury
So I'm flipping the hill climber. I'm on the other side of the U.S. with a load of bikes. Bikes in the truck, moving stuff around. I'm on the other side of the U.S. I can't get... I'm visiting this doctor, that doctor, nobody knows nothing. Luckily, I found a good chiropractor here in LA when I got back. That was 2 months later. So within 4 to 6 months or so, I forget exactly, echoed in my hips, echoed in my knees, and finally this knee started popping in and out of the joint. When I do the wheel on my knees, I'm really starting to feel it on my knees, and I gotta be very careful with my knees. It's still my original knees. I don't want to lose my knees, and I'm screwed. You're not going to exercise with replaced knees too well or replaced hips. It's very difficult. And you're never going to be what you could be. So we're going to keep our original joints intact and do this very gradual and very carefully, and don't back up. That's that. So, as my precious loving boo-boo can do the filming, we will make films of what I'm doing so you can see the progression in the different exercises. And again, the whole purpose of this is to inspire all those watching. And I will continue to make motorcycle videos so that I'm able to. See you guys later.